Sega may have one of the most interesting lineups when it comes to franchises under its belt. From the effervescent Crazy Taxi, to the funky Jet Set Radio, to the out there and groovy Space Channel 5, they have a lot more than Sonic, Persona, and Yakuza, despite what they want you to think. And to me, Super Monkey Ball may be one of their most interesting franchises, if only for its faithfulness to its mechanics and its undeniably silly charms. Super Monkey Ball was created by Toshihiro Nagoshi. If you've heard that name before, chances are it's from, well... that series. But this series started in arcades as just, well, Monkey Ball. Hold the super. Over time, the series has gained many new entries and a massive cult following. And, well, I'm part of that following. I joined the Monkey Party a long time ago. But what makes Super Monkey Ball so great, huh? Is it deep? Thought-provoking? Lore-heavy? Nah, mate, I just think it's fun. This is by no means a serious analytical video. Stay tuned for that, though. I haven't been on a hiatus for no reason. Nor is this me going over every single thing about this game and why it works. This is just a video where I ramble about the simple joys of Super Monkey Ball. When it comes to Super Monkey Ball, I feel like the first thing we should address, the quintessential cornerstone of this entire franchise, should be the graphics. No. We're talking about the gameplay. It's a very simple, yet effective core gameplay loop. You basically just use the control stick to roll the monkey into the goal. On paper, it sounds almost too simple. But that's where the onus of the game kicks in, to turn that simplicity into something capable of complexity, something much more enticing, which, luckily, the game does with flying colors. The wrinkle that starts setting Super Monkey Ball apart from other ball rolling games is that you're, well, tilting the stage, not the monkey. This in turn can cause a lot of fun little riddles to pop up every now and then. Sure, there's a lot of stages that are just straight momentum and speed, but sometimes you get stages where you have these machines that tilt along with the way you're tilting the stage, so you gotta find a way to maneuver around them. It's pretty interesting. I kind of wish it was done a little bit more in the game, but some of them can also be a little janky, so I can understand the scarcity. But aside from that, let's go back to the momentum and speed thing for a bit, because, well, this game combines that with a touch of improvisation, which really makes the game feel unparalleled. Combine this want for improvisation with the rapid-fire short stages, and you get a really addicting, gratifying experience when you play well. There's even incentives for playing well, you get more stages. It's almost reminiscent of a WarioWare type energy. Well, WarioWare before WarioWare, honestly. No two stages are exactly the same, and some even have multiple solutions. Multiple goals which require multiple levels of skill or keeping your speed at a certain level. It encourages replayability. After a certain point, you're looking for the optimal way to do these things as quickly as possible and as well as possible. The quicker you go, the higher the score. A very arcade-like mindset, but I think it gets the job done. And sure, there's a few stages that are more labyrinthine, such as Dynamic Maze and, well, Labyrinth. And these stages, alongside other pinpoint ones, have helped surgeons warm up before operations. Who would have thought there's a link between Super Monkey Ball and surgical practices?
Fallout!
But then there's also stages with bonkers speedrun strategies. These games are always a blast to watch speedruns of. They're simultaneously amazing, fascinating, and a little nauseating. I know for me personally, these games have helped me get back into speedrunning for fun. But like, with all the ways I've described this game, it's very flexible. The flexibility this premise has, combined with its rock-solid level design for both beginners and experts, allows for a game that has a low skill floor and a high skill ceiling. It's the best of both worlds, which is a feat that's very hard to achieve. Kudos to Amusement Vision for pulling it off. Beyond how amazingly sturdy this game is built, Super Monkey Ball is just an inherently funny game. I mean, even if we strip away the premise of a monkey in a ball rolling around to get bananas, the way these stages are built have prime slapstick potential. It's comedy gold sometimes. It can even make failure amusing, with gizmos and obstacles that sometimes go so fast they can knock you through the level geometry. The games, or well, 1 and 2 at least, play fast and loose with its rules. For every level that requires precision, there's stuff like this. Or this. Or well... Before you can master stages, fumbling must happen. And well, the one way to make fumbling fun is to just mess around like this. Get flung around, watch your monkey spin so fast they put a certain blue blur to shame, etc. And between the practice modes and Super Monkey Ball 2's story mode, there's a lot of ways to get practice in. Oh right, Super Monkey Ball 2 has a story. And well, it's very goofy. Yes, I'm derailing the video just to talk about this. It's very important! Super Monkey Ball 2's plot starts on Jungle Island, home to monkeys everywhere. Alongside our main four, Ai, Mimi, Baby, and Gon Gon, where they just chill around and eat Dole-branded bananas. However, one day the evil Dr. Bad Boon and his assistant, who is constantly wearing roller skates, comes in. And he's like, I'm gonna steal all these goddamn bananas. And Ai and Co, they're like, oh no, we gotta stop this guy. There's a lot of just really stupid dialogue in this. There's even a magical girl chant to summon the balls. This one's one of my favorites. Everybody is doing their best to survive. Over time, this turns into a complete blob of nonsense plot. Dr. Bad Boon tries to blow up the island at some point. Eventually he runs away in a frog suit and gets eaten by a whale. The monkeys get shrunken down and Dr. Bad Boon threatens to boil them alive? What? We came very far away from evil monkey steals bananas very quickly. But of course, the core of this story is still fighting Bad Boon.
Bear fight, bare-handed, bare naked. Oh yes, please.
And then it all culminates with Dr. Bad Boon going into space and threatening to fire a laser at Monkey Island that changes the taste of bananas into curry. This plot is just an unabashed farce, but because of the way it escalates said farce, it just makes it all that much more entertaining. Except for Dr. Bad Boon's, weird uncomfortable simping on Mimi. That's a yikes for me, dog. It's simple and silly, a perfect fit for the game, and there isn't much lore to dissect. Well, unless you look at the manuals. Baby is from the future. He traveled back in time to make sure Dr. Bad Boon doesn't cuck Ai.
I told you not to fuck my wife!
But really, the craziness of this story really wraps the whole thing together. Between the unique combination of silliness and tight gameplay, Super Monkey Ball just has one big mission statement. Something I feel has partially been forgotten in modern day gaming. Just have fun with it, you know? Okay, so I don't really know where to put this in the video, so I'm just gonna place this wherever. I found all of these, like, really fantastic old Monkey Ball renders, and I just kind of wanted to spotlight them, because I don't think I've seen them anywhere in any other videos. Please enjoy. In the end, more than mastering the stages, More than even beating the story, really, the point of Super Monkey Ball is just to enjoy yourself. There's not really much of a deeper meaning to things, just to roll around, let your cares slip away, and return to Monkey. There's a lot to see, a lot to do, but you can get to it all at your own pace. Fun is key to enjoyment, and by giving enough room to play however you want, Monkey Ball is pure fun. I hardly even mention the party games, which play into this mantra wonderfully. Unless your name is Monkey Boat, each of the 12 party games have an inherent fun to them. My personal favorites are billiards and baseball, for their immaculate vibes and how they lean into the more slapstick side of things I mentioned before. But Super Monkey Ball is just a simply joyful game, and because of that, it's been a favorite of mine since childhood. While later entries were a little shakier in terms of understanding the core series fundamentals, this series is still one of my favorites for both its amazing first entries and the possibility of what the future holds. I'm very much looking forward to what's next with Super Monkey Ball, especially Banana Mania. Okay, I know I just decried every Monkey Ball game that wasn't 1 and 2, but Banana Blitz did give us Doctor and Yan Yan, so they're based in some capacity.